Okay, Stephen, I am a 45-year-old husband and father of 3 kids. There you go. And some days I do not have time to do my full training session in the evening after work. Boy, do I know this because of other family commitments. On those days, I only have 15 minutes in the morning, get in some kettlebell strength training after I do my 4:30 a.m. 1.5 mile ruck before I go to work. My question for you is, what would you suggest would be the best bang from the buck in those 15 minutes? Doing the armor building complex every minute on the minute for 15 minutes? Well, I'll tell you what, Stephen, I'm going to ask you to just reverse something. How about you do, not every day, but I would suggest, and I do think, I think that the overhead press family and kettlebells is really underrated. I'm saying underrated, but there's got to be a stronger word for it. I don't think people appreciate the work that you get from the overhead press family. Now you've got the double press, you've got the alternate press, you've got the one I call the touchdown press, where you start up here and you bring one down at a time. You could do single presses. I like the rep scheme of 2. You do a set of 2, rest a minimal amount. Do a set of 3, rest a minimal amount. Do a set of 5. Okay, that was a little harder. Rest. Get a set of 10. 10 was hard, but getting 2, 2, 3, 5, 10, 2, 3, 5, 10. I'd barely even rest after the set of 10 because the 2 is so easy. It's boom, boom. But I would suggest doing your military presses and then go for your ruck 1-2 days a week. And then the next day, the 1.5 mile ruck, finish it, walk over to your double bells and do that armor building complex every minute on the minute for 15 minutes. Man, I don't know what you're going to be missing because this is a good program. I like this idea. Just for reference, everybody, I'm answering Stephen's specific question here. Are there better things to do? Oh, I mean, are there other things to do? Yeah. Are they better? The nice thing about pressing and the armor building complex is something those of you who are not Stephen or me back in the past, when you got kids in the house and you're trying to stay in shape, you're trying to do the good thing. Sometimes you don't have the emotional and mental energy to do something fancy. So if you just do high rep presses on day 1, armor building complex on day 2, high rep presses on day 3, and just alternate it, there's practically no brain space used up. That's why I like the armor building complex. The first time you do it 1 round and you've mastered it. You're done. It's very simple. High rep presses. And if you don't want to do 2, 3, 5, 10, do a bunch of sets of 8 or whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever you decide to do, just do a bunch of reps. And the nice thing about that is you don't have to think, but your whole body has to kick in to work. So again, we can make something very complicated, something very complex. But for those of you who've ever had to work out in the morning because of your kids, you know that, and it's 4:30 in the morning, not everything's gonna be all fired and wired at 4:30. So try that, Stephen, and it's your idea, and I like it. Thank you.